Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, you guys know the drill. If you guys could please smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you guys could leave a comment down below, even better. It super helps the channel out. I cannot stress that enough. It is Thursday morning. It's bright and early. We're back in the shop. We just had a car get picked up to go to auction from insurance. So that's getting loaded up right now. And I pulled the car inside the shop just to show you guys that last night I did have a little time to get the fuel filter changed, and I did install the VMS Racing fuel pressure gauge as well. You can actually still see I parked this in here about 45 minutes ago, and it's still sitting at about 42 psi on fuel pressure. So I really like it. Super easy install, came with all the washers and stuff, so it was really affordable, really pretty cheap. I just figured while I was throwing the fuel filter on there, it'd be nice to throw a pressure gauge on there. Didn't really need it, but it looks cool, and it does function, and it is kind of nice to see that, you know, we do have adequate fuel pressure. We do plan on turbocharging this car. I did recently put a new PCV valve on there as well. Our oil pan is already tapped. We already have ARP studs. This motor's been rebuilt. It's got super good compression. We already have a chipped computer. Our suspension, everything's dialed in. Wheels, tires. We got a upgraded stage 2 ACT lightweight flywheel and stage 2 ACT clutch kit as well. So this thing is superb and ready to turbo. I'm hoping in a few months we'll be purchasing a turbo kit for this, and we'll go ahead and install that, and we'll do a little tuning, and we'll be running some mild boost on it, nothing crazy. It is just a single cam m-tek, but this motor used to be in the right-hand drive car turboed, and it was a lot of fun. Of course, now we're B-series turbo and they're making a lot more power. And so anyways, it is not on the top of my priority list to turbo that car, but it is on the list because ever since I got this car done, that car is not quite as fun as it used to be. I do enjoy driving it on a nice sunny day when it's all cleaned up and I have the roof off. It is pretty enjoyable to drive, but it's just becoming far too slow. Unlike this car where we're B16 turbo with nitrous, this car is putting down a lot more horsepower and a lot of fun to drive. And it's right-hand drive. The only thing about this one is the roof doesn't come off. So they both are kind of fun in their own way. They're both bright colors. They're both fun to drive. This one's faster and right-hand drive and a pretty comfortable car. This one, you sit a little lower. The seats aren't quite as comfy. The color's bright, but the roof comes off, but we're just not quite there as far as horsepower. But it does look really cool, and it gets a lot of looks going down the road. So it's a fun car to drive. And of course, it's custom paint and custom body features as well. So there you have it on that. Today I had a few minutes yesterday. I went ahead and prepped out the lip, and I prepped out the rear canards. Now you can see after I prepped them, I did apply some plastic adhesion promoter on the clean surface here. And then after that kicked, I went ahead and applied some 1/2" 3M double back tape. It's very important to apply plastic adhesion promoter before applying your 3M tape on both sides. So after they're painted and we go to install them in the car, we will be applying plastic adhesion promoter as well on the body of the paint. And that really basically makes it to where the part will not fall off. It will break before it actually falls off. It'll literally split down the middle. You can see I got the 3M tape on the center portion of the grill part of the lip as well. Same thing, plastic adhesion promoter. I still have a couple scratches and a couple nicks I want to touch up on this, although they're not perfect, and I don't really care that much because it is just the front lip and it will get abused quite a bit from rocks and bugs going down the road. But there you go. On raw plastic parts, guys, I use water to prep them. I get them wet, and then I use a red Scotch-Brite. I got a box of them right here. I use a red Scotch-Brite. I get the Scotch-Brite wet, I get the part wet, and then I also use a scuffing paste agent. This one's from 5-Star Extreme Auto Body Products. You can see the part number there, it's 5802. This one works really good. It's basically just like a gritty paste, and it just helps not only scuff and prep the part for mechanical adhesion, but it gets it really clean for chemical adhesion as well. So you're not only relying on a mechanical bond, but you're also relying on a chemical bond as well. And before we paint these, we'll be applying plastic adhesion promoter across the whole entire panel, and then we'll proceed forward with our epoxy primer, our metallic pearl base coat, and then we'll bury it in clear. So today I plan on getting these in the booth. I'm gonna get them shot. I got to get the paint still for this mixed up, so we may or may not be painting this at the same time. Probably not. We'll probably shoot these tomorrow, and we'll install these tomorrow. But we'll get these painted first, get them installed tomorrow. We'll get this painted tomorrow because it's not coming in until next week. So there you have it. Also, up here in the shop, guys, I finally got my VW hatch hung. Pretty happy with the location. It says Jurassic Autolab, which is one of my trade names, and I actually still operate under Jurassic Autolab as far as one of my trade names, but looks pretty cool hanging up there. I'm pretty happy. I got my surfboard, Bud Light surfboard. I got the VW Jurassic Autolab tailgate, and then I also have the Epic phone repair carnival sign as well. But over here in the lift bay, this corner just always looked ugly. Of course, my mechanic has to come get his stuff out of here, but we are going to be doing some more cleaning and organizing. I'm full on oil, so I got to get that pumped out. I'm going to get these shelves more organized, and there won't be so much clutter and junk over here. We'll have a nice clean workbench ready to be used at all times. And but I did get this O'Reilly's Auto Parts banner hung up. I used to have it hung up over here, but I moved things around, and I never ended up putting a banner back over there because the booth kind of just blocks it. I may put something in that little empty spot because you can still kind of see it, but for the most part, the exhaust covered most of whatever was there if it was centered. So we may move something over, but as far as banners, I do have the O'Reilly's Auto Parts banner back up there. They are one of our biggest suppliers. We spend thousands and thousands with them every year. So pretty pumped to have that banner up. It's just a better overall look looking in this corner. It kind of distracts the eye from clutters and messes and piles of junk and dirty floors and stuff like that. So I try to keep a nice clean shop. Step inside the spray booth. You can see I got this quad cab long bed Ram truck in here. Is a Cummins diesel truck, and you can see I have the bedside fixed and refinished. Came out really good. Does need a little bit of detailing. Really happy with how the booth performed. That new spray gun that I've been spraying with laid out the clear pretty good. It's just a little bit of peel in it, so I will go ahead and just take a little 2000. I do have about 2 or 3 nibs on it. I'll get the two or three nibs, knock it down really light with some 2000, go over it with some 3000, and then I'll machine buff and machine polish and apply a ceramic coat of wax, and we'll go ahead and wash the truck up and get this thing ready to send. Came out really good. You can see this body line kind of comes into here and just kind of fades out. And then same thing with this one. Comes into here and fades out. It was a pretty difficult part to repair. You can see I have my fine line masking tape here. That was on this edge. I have a rock chip, stone chip guard protector on the paint here. And instead of removing it, we just carefully taped it off. But when the paint was still wet, we removed it. So you can't even tell that we taped off the edge. So overall, came out really good, guys. Pretty happy with it. Just got a couple little nibs, a couple little spots I want to sand and polish, and get it detailed up. We'll throw the tail light back in there, and we'll get it washed up and send it. The other Ram truck's tailgate is fixed. Came out really good for a tailgate that was absolutely hammered. We got this to be straight again. You can see how good that looks. You can see my tack welds. You know, I knew that you'd still see them. I could have put some seam sealer there, and then I could have even put seam sealer on the other side to match it. Not a big deal. This truck is a work truck. It's used and abused. You just needed this tailgate to latch. So you'll be plenty happy with this. So we're gonna go ahead and install the latch, install that rear cover. We'll go ahead and get our Ram emblem applied with some 3M tape. We'll go ahead and stick that back in the center. We'll probably go ahead and stick the 4x4 emblem back on down here, but we will probably skip the bighorn addition. Actually, I think it's vice versa. The bighorn goes over there. So we'll stick the 4x4 emblem back there as well. We'll do a little sanding and polishing on this as well, and it'll probably be the best looking part on its entire truck. So super pumped. So we're right on schedule. I like to have things done by Friday, and it's actually Thursday, and by the end of the day I should have these jobs done, and I'll get a jump on next week's job. I'll get that painted tomorrow, but I'll also be able to squeeze in some paint work for my vehicle as well. And then I was also able to squeeze in the fuel pressure gauge as well in my own car. But we have Cars and Coffee on Sunday, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that lip painted today, and we'll go ahead and install them tomorrow. So anyways, like the video, leave a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Ooh, like LeBron, though, or like Bonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do.